he actually comes with a move that we need in order to catch another Pokemon on Route 34. So, let's return to Route 34 one last time. Because there's one more thing we need to find in here. And now that we have a Drowsy, complete with his usual moveset, we can actually try to catch this one. Officially, there's another way to actually get this Pokemon, but yeah, I'm not gonna go for that one. More on that later. But yeah, the one we're after is obviously not Rattata. However, I can actually show off why I actually want Drowsy here. Hypnosis. That is going to be a required move for the upcoming Pokemon. Alright, it took quite a while, so I've decided to cut. But we finally found an Abra. And if you've been following along with Pokemon Red as well, you know why we want to use Hypnosis on this guy. Because Abra actually only knows one move, and that is Teleport. And the function of Teleport is leaving the battle immediately. So we need to get this guy to sleep. Otherwise he's not going to stay around for us to throw a Pokeball. Usually, whenever using a Drowsy, he could be faster, otherwise you do need to do some level ups if you're not fast enough. My Drowsy is not leveled up all that much, so I think I'm going to try to throw Great Ball at this guy. It's not very high level, so Great Ball should be enough in order to get him. And if it is not, I saved the game beforehand, so I'm not just going to waste my Great Ball. But it looks like I got lucky, and I got him. Abra, the PSI Pokemon. But of course, not a Pokemon we're going to cover in this Let's Play. Because we already did in the previous one. But we do still want to catch it for the list, of course. And since it's a boy, it is going to be Abraham. And there's even enough room for space. Aye. Abraham too. Alright, yeah, that's all of them. Route 34. We can actually check it off. We've got everything in here. So, the next order of business, before actually taking on the side quests of Goldenrod City, is actually returning to the Ilex Forest, the Dark Forest, and try to get the Pokemon there. I'm currently in between recording sessions anyway, so this is also a part where I can start cutting if things take too long. Therefore I have some time to actually do this now. And also a perfect opportunity to do some level up, of course. Also need to do some level grinding. So let's go use our new Pokemon, Muscle, the Machop. A Pokemon I've actually decided to keep in my team for a while, so I can actually also show off the fighting type. Alright, Mr. Weedle, you're going to be the first victim of Machop. Alright, low kick is the fighting type move it comes with. It's not very effective against a bug type, but still. I'm 6 levels higher, so I'm still going to take you down. Right. Yeah, with my speed going down, he's of course going to be faster. But you are down. And since this is a traded Pokemon, we get boosted experience points. Very awesome. You and your disable. Gotcha. Alright, level 13. Ooh, new fighting type move already. That was quick. Karate Chop. Alright, here's a Pokemon that can actually appear in Ilex Forest. Ran right past it last time, but now that I was actually doing some level grinding, I can of course also immediately start looking for new Pokemon. And one of them is Oddish. And that is indeed the Pokemon I want to catch. There's something very unique about this guy in this game, compared to the first one. Oddish slash Gloom slash Vileplume is of course. And I'm pretty sure I got lucky here. Almost killed the guy. Right, in that case I'm still going to continue. Otherwise I needed to restart this. But I can still catch it. But like I said, this is of course a Pokemon we do know already from the first game. It was also part of the A-team for a little while. However, I actually like to catch one in this game as well, also with the intention of using it. Not per se in the A-team, but I will actually try to level up this guy for evolutions. And why I'm doing this is something you can actually already see in the name, because remember last time, I actually called this guy Vince. And this time around, despite it being an Oddish, I'm actually not going to call it Vince or a female variant of it. I'm going to call you Bella instead. Interesting, right? More on that later. Right, it's going to be level 18. Thank you. And we get a new move, Thunder Wave. A move that can actually paralyze opponents. One of the few good status changing moves, I feel. Well, I definitely want to keep around. Everybody at level 18. Except for my Drowsy, but that one's not part of my A-team anyway, so... Alright, is there anything I can actually check out? Daycare center perhaps? I think I've been running around in the overworld long enough for one of these guys to level up already. Yeah, looks like it. Lester has grown 3 levels. Well, that's not too bad. I'm still looking for his evolution, so... Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, well, in that case I'll come back for him later. Don't really feel like doing more Pokemon management, so I'll just continue to the next side quest. Goldenrod City at night time. A little bit less golden shine, but still. Let's go continue exploring this place. Daycare center can wait. I still don't quite have the Pokemon that I need to input there, so Lester can grow up a little bit more. Goldenrod City. The festive city of opulent charm. Well, I do like the festive part. Alright, first we want to go over here to this guy. I know there's a new bike shop, but I can't find it anywhere. Thank you for the hint, sir. There is a bike shop here in Goldenrod City. We've been trying to hide it, but it's actually not very well hidden because it's just right over here. The world is a psychopath. Bike shop. The world is a psychopath. Couldn't resist. I moved here, but I can't sell my bicycles. Why is that? Could you ride a bicycle and advertise for me? Well, if that means free bike, then hell yeah. Advertising to this guy. Really? Great. Give me your name and phone number. And I'll loan you a bicycle. We borrowed a bicycle. But it's still gonna go in her key pocket. My bicycles are first rate. You can ride them anywhere. Well, that's not true because it does not work in buildings. But just like in the first game, and Earthbound, we have bicycles. Actually something we can find in the key items, just like with the old rod. Put it on select. We can easier access it. And then once we press select, we can start riding. So we don't have to worry about the slow walking speed anymore. Hey, look sir, I found the bicycle shop. And you didn't. Alright, let's stop teasing this guy and actually continue on with the next quest. This bicycle is fun and everything. That's not the only thing we can do here. I got in trouble for playing in the basement of the department store. Well, I can imagine. It's a place we're going to meet up later. Speaking of basements, that's also something I need to cover. The underground area of Goldenrod, but that's actually something different. This building at least is the playground. Your playground. Goldenrod City Game Corner. And this is actually the game corner of this game. Yeah, don't think it was only a first generation thing. There's also a game corner in this game. In all honesty, a little bit less annoying than in the first game. But still something I don't really like doing, so... My coverage of this I'm actually going to postpone for now. But I will actually cover it this time around, unlike last time. Yeah, here's indeed the underground entrance I was talking about. Goldenrod City actually has an underground tunnel system. And that is also a side quest we're going to take a look at. But first we're going to check out this building over here, near the sea. Interesting. But this is actually also a pretty interesting building. Because, can you guess who lives here? Oh, you collect Pokemon? My son Bill is an expert. He had to leave for the Pokemon Center in Aquatic City. Bill, remember that guy? From the Pokemon storage system. Are you a trainer? I've got a useful phone number for you. Very useful. Because it's actually going to be Bill's number. Apparently he lives here. My big brother Bill made the PC Pokemon storage system. Yeah, that we already know. We've been knowing that for 3 years. Ever since the previous game. But it looks like he comes from Johto. He's actually a resident of Goldenrod City. Yeah, let's go start covering this now. Also something that needs to happen. Might as well do this immediately. The underground tunnels of Goldenrod City. And let's see what we can find here. There are some shops downstairs. But there are also trainers. I'm scared to go down there. Well, I'm not, so I'll do it in your place. First, we're going to be dealing with the trainers down here. I got booted out from the game corner. I was trying to cheat using my Pokemon. Okay, how would you cheat with your Pokemon in a game corner? Super nerd. You'd much rather cheat by using just cheats. Something I also might start doing in the game corner. To speed things up a little bit, but I probably won't. That's not the kind of guy I am. Alright, thank you, critical hit. So despite not being very effective, still down in 1 hit. And he has another one. So, let's put in Fairy. Let's wash this pool of poison away. Or, let's use our new move, Ice Punch. I haven't really used that yet, of course. Pound, don't have to fear that. Bye! Awesome. Fairy's able to punch with very cold claws now. Okay, that was the first one. But there's of course going to be more. This guy spinning around to the next one. My Pokemon just got haircuts. I'll show you how strong they are. Ooh, haircuts. And that is indeed something you can also do down here. But more on the shops later. Trainers first. Licky Tongue. Alright, not too sure how this guy actually got a haircut, because Licky Tongue don't have any hair. It's supposed to be a chameleon type Pokemon, and therefore should be a lizard officially. And those don't have hair. But anyway, let's still take it out. Well, it does no cut. Not haircut, but just regular cut. Oh, come on. Why are your attacks so weak, Andros? It's only a normal type. I know I should be using my fighting type against normal types, but still, I want you to level up. There we go. Right. There's an item in the corner over there. Of course, also interested in that. Coin case. Hell yeah. That's actually our ticket into the game corner. Right, here are the shops. As you can see, there's 3 stalls over here. Currently 2 seem to be closed. Depending on which day it is, will actually depend which one is open. This one is actually the Pokemon Salon. I'm the younger and less expensive of the 2 haircut brothers. I'll spiff up your Pokemon for just 300 Pokemon dollars. So, how about it? Ooh, I can actually give my Pokemon a haircut here. It does cost a lot of money, in all honesty, but it's actually able to raise the happiness of your Pokemon. Currently, I don't really have any reason to increase the happiness of some of my Pokemon, but I'll return here later once I do. Can actually be important for certain types of evolutions. So, let's continue fighting. Do you consider type alignments in battle? If you know your type advantages, you'll do better in battle. Yeah, I've been playing enough Pokemon in my life to know the type advantages. Of course, it's a super nerd thing to actually think about stuff like that. But I don't always make use of it, as you may know. I also usually check out which Pokemon still needs to level up. And that is also part of the decision which one I actually bring out. In this case, I'll actually listen to your words. And start using a type advantage. Against an electric and steel type, I'm going to use a ground type move. That is something you're not going to like. And there the poor thing goes. Shared experience. Next up is another Magnemite. Well, in that case, Geodude is still the best bet. With his ground type move. Magnitude 9, bam! Even if this thing would have been 10 levels higher than me, I still would have taken it out in one hit. A little bit overkill. Oh, but he does have another electric type now. I'm not going to change my Pokemon, because it's still an electric type. Just a different kind of ball. Magnitude 9, bam! All the levels in the world is not going to help you with that. 241, that was a good one. And the last one is a third Magnemite. Alright, we know how it works. Magnitude 6 is a little bit less, but still enough. Type advantage, more than enough here. Critical hit even. Well, sir, you talked about type advantages. And here you go. Let's go check out this place over here. This is going to be for much later, but do remember there is a corridor over here. Actually leading to a door that's currently closed. No entry beyond this point. Yeah, but it will be later. And let's continue with the trainer battles. I think you have some rare Pokemon with you. Let me see them. Right, which one are you actually referring to? Because I'm pretty sure none of my current Pokemon are actually really that rare. Not even a shiny in there. Oh, more on shinies later, by the way. Well, he does give us a water type, so I can actually leave Andros out. Probably going to give him his level up as well. Yeah, indeed, level 19. The next one is another Slowpoke. Okay, he did level up, so let's put somebody else in. Not Joffrey, of course. Bring out Fairy. We need to use a normal type move, of course. Water and ice is not going to be very effective. Cut is going to have to cut it. Right, Fairy. Scratch. And you're gone. And that should have been the final trainer in here, because we can already see the staircase. That's pretty much how this place works. As you can see, trainer battles, and there's also 3 shops down here. And depending on when you go down here, that will actually decide which one is going to be open. And the hair salon is going to be covered the moment Pokemon become relevant, where happiness needs to be raised. But currently we are in the north end of Goldenrod right now. So we can actually also check this place out. Here we have the Name Rater, which actually can rate the nicknames of your Pokemon. Also returning from the first generation. So, let's go talk to the Name Rater of this game. Hello, hello! I am the Name Rater. I rate the names of Pokemon. Would you like me to rate names? Yeah, that's the whole reason I'm here. Well, I do have a lot of Pokemon, but I think there's 2 of them that actually have interesting names to check out. One of them, of course, being my first Pokemon. Fairy? That's a fairly decent name. But how about a slightly better nickname? You want me to give it a better name? Yeah, that's basically the game's way of saying this guy can not just rate the names, but also change the names. If you actually decided to go for a different name, this guy can actually change it for you. Remember that. However, it actually does not apply to every single Pokemon in the game. And that's the reason why I'm also going to rate the name of Muscle. Because that is actually a traded Pokemon. Muscle? What a great name! It's perfect! Treat Muscle with loving care. And that is basically the game's way of saying you're not allowed to change the name of a traded Pokemon. That's pretty much how that works. So, next on the agenda is actually... well, the gym is over here actually. But of course we're not going to do that quite yet. First we're going to do probably the most important side quest here in Goldenrod. Namely this dark tower over here. Very interesting place. Because this is actually the Goldenrod City radio tower. Also a place we definitely want to check out. What are you doing over here? So, this is the radio tower. Hey, what do you want? You pest? Scram! Why is Team Rocket sniffing around here?